What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys been having a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Today I just want to briefly go over some of my wins with Jean Grey World Boss Legend. I know it's a little bit late. I just wanted to get everyone else's opinion on it first before I decided to jump on it. Kind of got it a few days after it came out, but didn't play it for some time. It took me like a day to get the hang of things. I don't think she's very difficult, and I can beat like a stage 9 with like a PvP tier 4 Hulk. So I go over stages 1 through 5, and I have stage 9 at the very end of the video. Here I'm using Beta Ray Bill and Dr. Octopus, and you know, my rotations with them are very similar. I think with both of them, I do 3, cancel 5, cancel 4, cancel 6. So I get all of their buffs together and the procs, and they all combine and they do a pretty decent damage. Awakened characters are still very, very good in World Boss Legend, I think. I don't know why, but for me, the first stage is always the hardest when you're first going into it and you have to figure out all of her patterns, especially for this sequence here. So from the start of the match, she has a meter that goes up, and she shoots attacks that have purple indicators, and if you get hit by those, the meter goes up and you'll eventually end up in this phase. Now with this phase, what I like to do is I like to stay on one side of the map for a long period of time, and then I'll switch to the other side of the map so it's easier for me and I have a longer period of time to dodge the attacks that are heading towards me. So there's, I think, about 3 different ones. So as soon as you figure out the pattern for those, the sequence where she mind controls you actually turns out to be very easy. Now you see, these are the attacks that have the purple indicators, and you could take maybe 1 or 2 attacks, but that's it. If you take any more, your character, unless he has a lot of HP and heal, will most likely die. And plus, if you get hit by those purple indicators, that meter that's under her health meter will go up even further faster. So she has 3 phases. Her first one goes from bar 60 to bar 30, and then her second phase goes from bar 30 to bar 13, and then this is her last phase. So while she's doing her special moves here, I usually switch to a character that has a lot of defense, because those skills are kind of hard to avoid at times. So in this particular instance, I stay on one side and then move to the other, so now I have more time to dodge their attacks. So the sequences of attacks, that's one. The second one was in the form of the squares and the circles, and the third one is the zigzags. So there's going to be like 3 sets of each that you have to dodge. Both Dr. Octopus and Beta Ray Bill have mighty destructions in this particular case. I did have 10% pierce in the making of these videos. However, I just got up to 13, so my performance in all game modes has significantly increased. Towards her last stage, she does a series of attacks that you definitely want to avoid. I showcased them here. This could stun you, so you want to avoid that at all costs. That's a one-shot. You want to avoid that. And it seems like I'm about to finish the boss. Yep. So that was my first stage, and on to the second one. So here I'm going to use Carnage. He's rocking a mighty energy. His rotation, I like to use 4, cancel 3, and then hit 5 and let it ride, because it actually does a lot of damage, surprisingly. You can see how quickly I lose my health if I let those attacks accumulate. but I'm kind of breezing through this stage too. So as you saw there, I got hit by the purple attack and the bar went up. So that's why you want to avoid those purple attacks if you can. However, I've noticed towards the last stages, it's okay to get yourself stunned and get yourself in the mind control phase, because it gives you the opportunity to stun her, which could buy you like 10 seconds of time. Here, I use my same tactic, go on one side. That's one sequence. That's two. Sometimes they repeat the sequence. And she's stunned for like, seems like 7 or 8 seconds at least. As bosses get harder, you want to acknowledge that level 70s are really decreasing in value, and level 80s will really increase their value from 70, and their damage really spikes. Like, Moon Knight is a great example. Moon Knight at level 70 isn't very good, but Moon Knight at level 80 is very good. Sometimes I want to switch because I don't want my character to die. I let myself get stunned, right? But I don't let myself, like, die. Like my main character die. I don't know why, but I find that with Carnage, a 4 cancel 3 does more damage than a 4 cancel 5. Not really sure why that is. Maybe it's because there are way more buffs on the 3. But also 3 could activate when the boss is in the knife frame, so that really helps. It also helps in PvP too. I also like to proc his rotation, probably with a 4 cancel tier 3. I'm about to beat the boss with a minute to spare. It's pretty good. On to the 3rd stage. Yeah, Captain America's DPS is really good, man. Like, really good. If you land the proc. He's a great hybrid. He's also rocking a Mighty Destruction. Well, here he's rocking a regular Destruction. I just recently got a Mighty Destruction on him, so he's going to be performing better as well. Very tanky, very strong tier 3 skill. The rotation I use on him is probably 3 cancel 5. Slight delay cancel 4, because as soon as you land you can get the residual damage from the 5, and if you land the 5 and the 4 on a proc, the damage is pretty crazy. I mean, I think he would do better with a rage, but he isn't the most non-proc friendly toon in the world. Like, he is kind of proc friendly. So you see that lag? I think a part of it is because of Namor. Namor lags my game, and he lags me a lot in GBR as well, to the point where my phone crashes. So if the devs can please fix that, that would be nice. I would say that Captain America is probably going to be my next tier 4 after Iron Man, who I'm going to tier 4 very, very soon. I think those two characters are like great examples of how Netmarble got the characters' uniforms right. They made them hybrid characters, and yes, Iron Man is a hybrid character. Captain America is very much a hybrid character. They need to make more hybrid characters. So I kind of was very disappointed that they released Jean too early. However, we were very much asking for a new World Boss Legend. And while I would have preferred a return to Danger Room with Jean as the center villain, a World Boss Legend of Jean is pretty decent. However, they need to remove the cap of Phoenix Feathers and Macran Crystals, especially if they're going to be making updates on mutants for a certain period of time, which I think they will. They need to remove that cap so it gives people the incentive to play the boss. I don't think people have that much incentive to play the boss. They're more focused on getting the tier 3 materials rather than the Phoenix Feathers. Because there's not very many mutants other than Jean Grey that's, you know, a powerhouse in most content. Like, you can argue maybe Magneto is like very good in like a specific area, like for example like ABX and like ABL. He's pretty good, but it's really disappointing they didn't make him a hybrid. But anyway, yeah, I got the win there. The tier 3 is super powerful. You want to combine it with his 3. Now on to stage 4. I'm with Iron Man. Rotation here. I would usually do 4 cancel 5 and I follow up with 3 because I don't really see that much of a difference. I don't even think the third's proc activates with the Forks proc. Maybe I'm wrong, because I do get the hit, you know, and the point is to get all of them to hit at the same time. So I just do 4 cancel 5. I follow up with the 3, and then there was a time where I could try a 4 cancel tier 3 cancel 5. It's kind of a hard proc to land since I have a Mighty Destruction, but actually I think in this video he doesn't have Mighty Destruction. He still has regular Destruction. I also got a Mighty Destruction on him recently too. So I'll be sure to showcase his performances at tier 4 when I finally get it. Yeah, usually when I speed up the video, that means that I'm avoiding the attack sequences. And I also wanted to speed it up just because this video is coming up to 22 minutes long. I hope some of my tactics are proving to be helpful for you guys. Like, because I usually just do PvP a lot, but I do like to get myself into PvE some of the time just to, you know, spice things up. But feel free to criticize if anything, you know, let me know if I, you know, did some sort of rotation wrong, or maybe if there's a rotation that's better. I'm definitely open to hearing opinions because, you know, this really isn't my forte. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say it isn't my forte, but I'm definitely open to suggestions as I play these game modes significantly less than I do PvP. With PvP, you know, that's kind of where I go. So there's the end of stage 4. I had a minute and a half to spare, so that's pretty quick given that Iron Man is a tier 3. And this is going to be my last character that I use. I use a tier 4 Hulk, and I use like as much 8 HP as I can. So I use the Thing as a buffer, and he's got insight. And Hulk is rocking technically a mighty regen, but he has the extra attack and defense stat. So I don't know how much that will increase his attack. I'm not even sure if physical attack increases his attack at all. I mean, I think it does, but very, very little. But I think the defense could be helpful in some cases, I guess. But anyway, the rotation that I use for Hulk is 5. Then I use 3, cancel 4. And if I have the tier 3 up, I'll use 5. I'll use the tier 4 striker skill anywhere in between my 3, my tier 3, or my... So the rotation would probably be 5, cancel 3, cancel tier 3, cancel tier 4, cancel 4. Or delay, cancel tier 3, cancel 4. Something like that. For me, as of right now, I think Hulk clears Gene's the quickest. Only because he's a tier 4. He's my only tier 4 right now. So I'm about to finish this stage now. This was a stage 5. It's pretty simple. It looks like I'm about to clear it with almost 2 minutes to spare. So because of this knowledge, I also went into stage 9 later down the line, and I used Hulk as well with pretty similar rotations. So this is where I head off and I continue with some of my other videos. I'm going to be working on PvP again, more tactics for Jean Grey, more episodes, etc. So stay tuned for those. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, let me know if I did any bad rotations, or let me know how my performance was. Subscribe if you're new, share the video if you think it's informative, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.